me a little bit in the last time, just to go back over it. I'm from, well, I was actually born in Alaska, but we moved a lot. We always came back here to Mount Vernon. So this has always been home. My daughter is 23, born and raised here, and she gave me two beautiful little grandbaby boys. They're the light of my life. One of them comes over every Saturday night, spends the night with Emma. We lock ourselves in my room, watch movies, popcorn, all that good stuff. It's my favorite night of the week, hanging out with him. So about 6 years ago, I left my job up in Bellingham and decided to go into business with my mom, doing accounting. She's a CPA, been a CPA since I was probably, she actually got her CPA the year I graduated high school. And she's done a lot of work over the years with other CPA firms. She's had her own CPA firm before. She's worked for the IRS. I think almost all of you guys know that. It's her tagline. Former IRS agent, now working for you. Yeah. So we actually have separate businesses, but we work really closely together and share a lot of clients, and so a lot of the stuff, if they need help, comes over to my desk, and I'll do their accounting and stuff for them while she does their taxes. And I do taxes too, and she reviews everything that I do, which is really nice, having that extra set of eyes. We make sure everything that we do goes through a 3-step process. All tax returns are checked by 3 people before they go out the door. That may seem a little excessive, but we want to make sure that it's right. It would be very embarrassing to have a tax return come back because you messed up on a social security number. Something so little, but so it would be really embarrassing. So we make sure that everything is checked. Now, what I mostly do is the accounting side of it, bookkeeping, making sure everybody's books are in order. Now, Adrian could probably attest to this. When you're working on one software system and you switch to another software system, it's like a whole new language. And we can work on, I push QuickBooks a lot, but we can work on many different accounting software systems, so that's not a deterrent for someone coming in to get help from us. Like today I go out to a place that has BusinessWorks, which it took a while for us to learn how to do it, but we, a couple days to get it back into it and stuff. But if you know how accounting is supposed to work, how the numbers are supposed to go, you can figure out the accounting system. You can't just pull someone in and have them do your accounting if they don't understand the background, where everything's supposed to show up. Anyway, so yesterday, I had someone come in, and I'm doing their quarterlies while they're sitting there. It only takes a minute to do theirs. It's like, okay, I'm gonna nap right here in your chair. Like, seriously, my work isn't that boring. It's actually fun. And she's like, no, it's boring. Oh, thanks. So then I get a call later in the day. This company, a local nonprofit, our bookkeeper just left. Just out of the blue, she just left, decided to go, and our books are all messed up. We don't know what to do, and okay, let's make an appointment. I'll come in, I'll look at it, fix it. And seriously, all night, that's all I've been thinking about. Like, this is so cool. I get to go in and figure out what's wrong and fix it, and it's like going into a really messy room and cleaning it all up, and then when you back away and look at it and it's all clean, you're like, I did that. So, you guys all look really bored. Accounting really isn't that boring. It's like a puzzle book. You sit there with puzzles, and you got to find all the little pieces and match them all together, and yeah. So I don't know what else to say. You guys have any questions? Come on, you guys can think of something.
You've taken a lot of different steps over the last couple of years in helping nonprofits and different organizations here in the county that have had challenges. Let's say whether a bookkeeper left or there might have been some fraud or something like that. Tell us a little bit about when you go into that. You said it's like a puzzle, but what maybe should us as businesses be looking for?
Good question.
To look for some fraud that's going on, because some of this stuff happens right under boards' noses, under executive board noses, and all of a sudden everybody's surprised and a company's down 45,000.
Okay, well, there are lots of signs. First off, when I got the call saying that their bookkeeper had left, I'm like, oh man, there's a lot that I need to check, because that's a warning sign.
Yeah.
If they just walk, leave, it's like, oh man, what did they take with them?
Yeah.
What had they been doing that they've been trying to hide? One thing that I've worked on, there's a lot of different signs, but some of the specific things to look for is, well, I'll tell you what happened. So they had a treasurer that talked the board into changing banks. And so they switched banks, got everything all set up with the new bank. Well, he didn't tell them he hadn't closed out the old bank account. And so he was still depositing some money in the old bank account and only some of it in the new bank account. He was using the old bank account as his personal bank account.
Oh my Lord.
Going shopping with the debit card, going to the casino. That's a lot of what I've noticed. A lot of these come down to addictions, casino, drugs. A lot of them come down to the addictions. If you know someone has an addiction, that's another little warning sign.
Might not want to be the treasurer.
Might not want to mess with your books. And also, if they
Do you have any addictions?
if they have
Puzzles.
if they have the mindset that
I used
the
to shoot a little
company
heroin.
owes them, that they don't think they're getting paid enough, or that they're doing more work than they should, if they can qualify it in their mind that it's an okay thing to do, it's probably going to happen. That's another warning sign to watch out for. Another person took out a credit card in the business name and used the credit card for their personal, and they pay it once in a while, but eventually, it catches up to you.
What would your suggestion be for small business owners, how to help prevent?
The small business owners, watch your books, watch your bank account. I mean, you can have bookkeepers, someone doing your books, but you balance your account every month. So you know what's going in and out and what has been touched. You see
So not one person doing everything.
correct. Definitely breaking up what they are. But if you're too small and you can't have that, at least I have a person enters all my stuff, but I balance my personal account or my business account every month on my own.
I was going to say that, for instance, our group, Bekki does all the bookkeeping. I trust her implicitly, but she's not a signer on our account. So while she just does the bookkeeping job, keeps everything in order, there's no financial benefit anywhere hidden in there at all. She can't access the fund. She can see it, but she can't do anything with it. So the segregation, like you're saying, segregation of duties has been, and I have a nonprofit also where we did the same thing where there's somebody that actually has to sign it, but I'm one of them, and I was the chair of the board, but I'm just on the board, but I'm still the signer, and there's one other person, but the person does all the treasury or bookkeeping. They're not signing.
Also, that two signers doesn't always work.
Okay.
How does that work?
How doesn't it work?
Yeah.
Have a PDF of one of the signatures on your computer. When you print out the check, it prints out with a signature.
Oh.
Well, also
Wow.
two
idea.
officers
That's a
on
great
the board too, and the bookkeeper or the operations person is saying,
Well,
oh,
a few
this is for
membership
this, for this, and
applications.
they're just signing the checks. Oh, I've got a stack of checks to sign, and they're signing the checks. You got two signatures, but they really didn't know that those checks were going where those checks were actually going.
Oh.
And
Blank checks, signing blank checks.
I would
they
say
don't
the
know,
key
and-
that Bekki said is to check your statements. If I see anything in banking, it's that people do not look at their monthly statements. They don't look at their monthly credit card statements.
Yeah.
Or they've got an operations person that's handling all their operations, and they've given them keys to the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, 2 years down the road, they see some changes and some ideas that oh, I didn't look at my statements, and they don't even know how to get onto their